Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's your first time being here. Today I wanted to show you guys how I make thumbnails, channel art, and the content for different projects or social media management that I have to do, whether for myself or for others. I wanted to create this video because there's a lot of new YouTubers that I subscribe to and have learned about, and I know there's a lot of people that want to start YouTube channels, and I really think you should. And I just wanted to give you guys an easy way that you can make thumbnails and graphics for your branding. So before I start though, make sure you subscribe. This is the manifestation station. I'm trying to get to 1K, so make sure you subscribe down below and like this video if you enjoy it. Alright, let's get started. So the thumbnail is really supposed to catch the eye of the viewer and make sure that they click the video and watch it. So for me, in the past, I would say my thumbnails really weren't the best in terms of trying to catch somebody's eye. Like, I really didn't do it for that reason, or I really didn't think about it in advance. I kind of just took a screenshot of a picture that looked clear and nice, and the software that I used to edit previously wasn't as good as the software that I use now to edit my videos. I would say I didn't plan in advance for thumbnails, and in general my videos weren't as planned out as they are now. Because I didn't plan in advance, I left the thumbnail to the end of the whole content creation process. But I do think planning out your videos in general is important, but planning out your thumbnail even more so will help you out, because people really do take to thumbnails as a way to know what you're gonna get in the video, and it really helps out, I think. So in terms of how I create the thumbnail, so the apps that I use to create thumbnails are Canva, which is also just a website that you can go on your desktop or your laptop. I use GoodNotes 5, but that's just because I write on my thumbnails, but you don't need to, because you know you have fonts that you can download and use on the computer. And then I use PixArt. I use PixArt to remove the background from images that I just need my body to be present, or my head, or whatever. There's 5 main things that I do when making a thumbnail. I have the photo shoot, then I have to choose the photos, and I have to choose the background, and I have to choose the foreground photo, which is usually myself or whatever else that is a big element in the video. Then I need to edit the photos, whether it's to remove the background from the photo and just leave myself, or it's to actually do some touch-ups on it, color correction, etc. Then I create the layer of the thumbnail. So nowadays with my thumbnails, I have layers to it. I have myself so far, I have text, and I have the background, and those are normally the 3 layers that I have. And then the last thing I do is add outlines to myself to kind of make me pop. I really like the trend of those thumbnails. I think it really gives focus to you or objects that you want to bring out in the thumbnail. So I just like the dimension that it creates. Alright, so let's talk about number 1. So the photo shoot. So what I use is actually my phone. I use a self timer. I have the iPhone 8, and I use portrait mode, and I take probably like 50 photos, and one of them must look nice, and that's what I do for a photo shoot. That's all I do. So I just use the back camera, put the self timer, set up my mirror so that I can see the screen and see myself and how the image will look. Turn on the self timer for 10 seconds, strike a pose. For the self-care video, I had my sister take that picture for me, and also for the sophomore year Q&A, I had my sister take a picture for me as well. But for any sit-down video that I have, I just strike a pose. So then after I strike many poses, and I have 50 odd photos to go through, I go through them and try to decide what type of vibe that I'm trying to give off in the video. When it was the how I study video, I kind of wanted to give a little kind of like I have the answers to give to you guys, so that's why I kind of made that face. So I chose that one, but I had many photos that, as you can see here, like I had so many photos that I took for that one video. And so but I decided choosing this photo for it, because you know that's the vibe that I decided that I wanted to give off, that I had secrets to tell you guys about how you need to study. So that's the photo that I chose. I really thought this one out because I really never know what I must put in the background, so I decided to take a picture of my background by itself, and then I would blur it and put myself in front of it. So that's what I did. So when it came to editing photos, I use, as I said, PixArt. This is just a quick way to just edit your photos. You don't have to take up Photoshop and use some prime editing software. It's very good. You can just go in the application and it has a feature where you can just remove the background and leave the person or your head in the photograph, and that's what I do. Quick things, 5 seconds, and then I just use that photo and I put that in Canva, which is the second software that I use. In Canva, I put the image in of the background, and then I put the second image, which would be the foreground, which is you, or whatever object that you want to put in the foreground of the image, and I just put it on top of it, and that's that. Then the third step was to just add text. I really like adding my own touch to creating content, so that's why you'll see on this channel, my thumbnails, I have fonts that either I've created or I just literally write on the thumbnail, and I use those fonts. I kind of want to create consistency in the branding of the content that I put out. When it comes to branding, you have to have consistency and cohesiveness to it. So yeah, I use my own font or I write, but you don't have to do that. You just choose a font, choose a style of writing that you like, and just consistently use it. I do think it gives a great presentation on your channel, especially when people look on your channel like in entirety and see the different thumbnails. It looks good. So that's why I'm trying to push out doing that. Whether you have access to this application or not, I just wanted to share. So the same application that I've been using to write in school since I went digital in terms of my note taking is the same app that I used to write on my thumbnails, because you can just insert images into the application and just write just as you would on the digital paper that they provide. So that's what I've been using, and I've also been dabbling in Procreate, but that's what I used to write. However, if I wasn't doing that, I'd just be using Canva and just using a font that they have there, but consistently using the same font just for cohesiveness of the thumbnail. And that's really how I create thumbnails. Apart from when I plan it out, if I don't plan it out, when I'm editing the video, I use Premiere Pro for video editing, and I will just go through the reel and kind of find an image that speaks to what I want people to think about the video. So whether it's a happy video, if it's a stress out video, or if it's an exciting video, depending on the emotion that I want to show in the thumbnail, and just choose an image that best represents what I want to show. I'm really wanting to emphasize the fact that you don't need to be a big graphic designer to make your own thumbnails, channel art, and everything like that. Use Canva. It will be your best friend. They have different dimensions for different social media applications. It's very good. Okay, so next I want to talk about channel art. So for channel art, I recently redid my channel art. I really enjoyed making it over and kind of redoing it. I had a banner that it was nice. It never really did a scene and it wasn't showing me, and that's something that I wanted to show on it, me. The same process that I went through with thumbnails is basically the same process that I went through with my channal art. The only difference though is when you're making channel art, or the best dimensions that they say you should use is 2560 by 1440 pixels. So the channel art, those dimensions, it kind of look rectangular, right? It looks rectangular, but the only part that you see is a small little rectangle that is of this size. That's the banner size that you will actually see on your channel. So when you first try to make it, don't be mistaken that you can utilize the entire big square. No, you can't utilize it. You can only utilize this little rectangular part. What I recommend you do is just Google YouTube channel art template. Just download one of them in Google Images, then upload this onto Canva. On Canva, just search same thing, YouTube channel art, and then you insert the image with the template. What that will allow you to do is use the template as a marker for where you can put the actual graphics for the banner. The image, the text, or whatever that you're trying to create should only go in that small rectangle, and utilizing the template will give you guidance for that. The same process that I use for my thumbnail, the same process that I use for the channel art. All I did was I used PixArt. I removed the backgrounds from the photographs that I wanted. So I already had the photo shoot, because I didn't really do a photo shoot for this. I just used images that I've taken in like the last year, and then I just chose them, removed the background in PixArt, and then I decided that I wanted to use orange for the background, so that's what I used. And then I just added these images. So I just added a rectangle. The outline was, or the border was white, and then the inside of it was black, so it's supposed to look like a chalkboard. And then after that I just added text, and I just resized the images to be symmetrical, 2 on each side of the rectangle, and then I added text. So my name, definitely one thing that you should put, the name of your channel, which is my own name, and then you can put things that summarize what your channel is about. And that's what I did. So as you can see, honestly, I utilize Canva's text and it looked really nice. Honestly, I kind of prefer it to my own handwriting, but as I said, I wanted to have cohesiveness and consistency with the branding, so that's why I use my own writing, and that's how I make channel art. And then the only other thing I want to talk about is promotion of yourself and content creation. I've definitely fallen behind as I push my channel more on doing this, and I definitely in the future that's what I'm going to do more. But I do recommend that you create graphics for promotion of your channel, of your business. You have to consistently put out content there to keep people engaged and thinking about it. And honestly, it's a reminder for people, because they're not thinking about it 24/7. You're there to remind them that there's content that you have that's valuable to them. There's 3 different ways that I publicize my content. I'll use my Snapchat, which is, honestly, I don't think I have more than 100 people on Snapchat, but it's definitely people that I am closer to / know, and they will probably watch my videos. And then I use Instagram, and recently I joined Twitter. All of these different social media applications have different dimensions for graphics. So Snapchat will use the screen size, and then Twitter has a different graphics, and then Instagram uses the square, and you have dimensions for these that you have to keep into consideration for the content that you produce to be of quality. So I'll list them here. What are the dimensions that are best for each of them? And as I said, I use Canva and I use GoodNotes for creating content and promoting myself. So that's how I create thumbnails, channel art, and content. 2 main apps that I want to highlight again is Canva and PixArt. On your phone, you can utilize this. I know a lot of people that are starting out just use their phone because you have money to buy a camera. You can utilize them on your phone if that's where you video, and that's where you take your pictures for your thumbnails or whatever. You do everything on your phone and just utilize that. Use the Canva app and use the PixArt application. If you're starting out as a new YouTuber or content creator, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Definitely share with somebody that's starting out a new YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.